Welcome back to the Black Sheep Podcast. What's going on, everybody? We're back for episode 6 now? We actually recorded episode 6 last week. It got deleted. Apologize. But, hey, this is the real episode 6. Joined, as always, by Tyler. What's going on, man? How you doing today?
What's happening? Life's great. Lakers up 1-0, baby.
Absolutely. We'll talk about that today. We got a couple storylines from that series to discuss. On the plate today as well, we are going to talk about Lamar and his performance on Monday night, how me and Tyler both feel about that. We also have a finals preview. We're going to talk about week 4. And then COVID finally hit the NFL. So that'll be a little thing to talk about there. But first things first, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. We see the views. We are getting way more views than we have subscribers. So if you're one of them who's just tuning in, hey, you're already supporting us, go hit that subscribe button. Help us out.
Might as well.
Man. Might as well. And hit that notification bell while you're at it so you know when we upload. We're also on Apple and Spotify, so if you don't want to stare at our faces for an hour, you can listen to us in podcast format. But on another note, I got a nice little banner behind me right here. What is it? There we go. So we got this awesome company. It's veteran owned and operated. I actually know the owner. We served in the Marine Corps together. But it's Jim Bob's Grizzly Beard Care. Again, veteran owned and operated. Jim Bob's Grizzly Beard Care. You know, we two fine gentlemen. Tyler typically has a beard. I'm trying to join the beard gang. It's getting there. But see, I gotta get that Grizzly Beard Care going. Treat your beard right. Go check him out. Awesome dude, awesome products. Jim Bob's Grizzly Beard Care. jbgbc.com. Tell him Black Sheep sent you. No, we don't have a promo code yet, but still, go leave a review. Yeah, tell him we sent you. But yeah, seriously though, I can't thank the dude enough. He offered to do this. He's, like I said, he's a good friend of mine. We served together in the Marine Corps, so he supports us. I definitely want to support him. Go check him out. Thanks again for the banner and some awesome koozies. I'll show those off in another episode. But we'll get right into it. Let's talk about you want to start with Lamar or the NBA?
We can go with the NBA first.
All right.
Do you still want to stick with your Heat pick? We're already one game in. We're cheating. But do you want to stick with the Heat?
Oh, so for those out there, I know that we are experts. We have a podcast, so we clearly know what we're talking about. The Heat pick was a joke, okay? I never really thought the Heat would win. I did think they would win a couple games. I thought it'd be like Lakers in 6. But it's definitely, after game 1, people getting hurt, Bam's hurt. It's going to be Lakers in 5 if we're lucky. It's probably going to be a sweep, though. LeBron's probably going to get ring number 4, get a little bit closer to the GOAT. No, I'm not.
He's already there.
I'm not going with the Heat, though. But, I mean, I thought it was going to be a good series. Jimmy Butler, Bam can run with AD, but I don't. They're just getting slaughtered. And then Dragic and Bam are now injured. Dragic's out for a while. Bam might be coming back, but yeah, I don't see any way that the Heat get any sniff this series at all.
I just saw that Dragic's trying to play tomorrow. I don't know if he's that was like a couple hours ago. He said he's still trying to play. I don't know if that's going to work out for him or not, but I hope he comes back.
Foot?
It's like plantar fasciitis or whatever.
Yeah, I've had that. That stuff sucks.
Yeah,
it hurts.
But I'm hoping he comes back, and I'm hoping Bam only misses a game or so, because there's already enough excuses around the playoffs this year.
Yeah, you called it a Mickey Mouse ring. What's going on with that?
Anything to taint. That's not what I call it. I think it's going to be one of the harder rings to earn, just because you have to keep focus. I mean, this is one of the rings where you were alone for most of the playoffs. Got to stay focused on one thing. Obviously, some teams and some people lost focus. Lou Williams going to Magic City, things like that. So I think it's a well-earned ring. But the narrative around LeBron is you got to downplay all his achievements just to make Jordan look better. So they want to call it a Mickey Mouse ring, and the easiest path to the finals, but they also said, "Oh, toughest eighth seed. Oh, the Clippers are coming. Oh, now it's the Nuggets." So Rockets in 5, whatever. So you really can't win when you're LeBron, even though you're winning.
Why do you think that is?
Um, I don't know if it's because he switched to the Heat and became the villain, and some people hate him for that, or if it's from his
Do you
views
think
on
he was just a villain, or was he chasing something, and that's why people hate him?
what was he chasing.
Oh, what do you think? Why else do you join the Heat?
I don't.
In
I don't.
form of
I think if he was chasing a ring, he'd join the Celtics. If
well, there was
we're,
no room there.
I mean, you can work something out for the best player in the world. That's like KD. Like the KD move is way weaker than to me, but he still gets more credit than LeBron for his ring somehow, even though he joined a 73 win team. But we'll talk about that another time. So I don't know if it's his views on China, his views on politics, his views on whatever it is, but I think it's mostly basketball. But a lot of people don't like him because he kneels and his loud politic voice. So who knows?
Well, they didn't like him before that. They haven't liked LeBron for a while.
Yeah, it's like
That was
some
way before he
Cleveland
started.
some Cleveland fans hate him for bringing him a ring. Some Heat fans hate him for leaving, but he brought him 2 rings. So can't, like I said, you can't win no matter what you do. It's not like when he joined the Lakers, they were a powerhouse. I mean, people thought analysts thought he was going there to make movies. So it's not like he joined a top 5 team. They didn't make the playoffs before he came. So
Do you think LeBron fans make people hate LeBron?
yeah,
'Cause there's some pretty bad LeBron fans out there.
I mean, yeah, I can agree with that.
I saw one. It was he told a Laker fan to say thank you to LeBron. I didn't understand that.
Uh,
And that's one of those where you're like, okay, I don't want the Lakers to win anymore.
yeah, I don't think I've gone that far. It's definitely a team game. Um, I think I saw what you were talking about though. That was pretty wild. But that's just him. That's just how he is. Shout out Jake. We see you out here in these Twitter streets.
I like I call him out. There we go. Hey, he'll be on here though here soon. Hopefully next week after the Jags Bengals game. We'll have some things to discuss.
One of these getting quiet.
Yeah, he might run, or I might. I'm deleting everything if the Jags lose this weekend. So if no more episodes come out, folks, that's why.
On the Mickey Mouse ring, I think it's well earned. I don't think it. I mean, you beat who's in front of you. It's not his fault the Clippers didn't make it. It's not his fault if Bam misses games. That's not his fault. Nobody discredited Kawhi for beating the Warriors without KD and Clay. So I'll take the ring.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an avid. I'm not gonna say avid. I don't crown LeBron like most people, but I have reasons for that as well. Being a Pistons fan and him single-handedly killing that dynasty. But so yeah, but this ring, I mean, everybody went through it. The bubble presents different circumstances. Everybody had to go through the same thing. It's not like LeBron did anything different than anybody else. He just things happen. He beat the Rockets. He beat the Trailblazers. He beat the Nuggets easily, every single one of them. And he was the best player on the court for 90% of those games. So, dude earned it. He's going to get ring number 4.
This wasn't planned, but do you think I don't know how to say this. Do you think him never losing in the first round? What do you think about that compared to Jordan losing in the first round until he got Pippen?
Well, you got to look at who he lost to, though. Jordan wasn't just losing to anybody. He was losing to Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas, which were 2 dynasties at the time.
Hey, get a better seed. You don't got to play them first round.
But then you also have the finals moment, which, hey, this wasn't planned, but we can definitely have this discussion. The 2011 finals, where LeBron was the 3rd best player on his own team, and they lost to a team who was not as superior as theirs, where
They
Jordan never has that moment.
they played great basketball. I don't care what
They
anybody says.
No, that Mavs team was it was a good team, but
They
it
swept
wasn't
Kobe.
you,
They were a good team.
but
LeBron
you
didn't play
can't
like
tell me
he should
that
have. It's a stain. LeBron didn't play like he should have, but people act like that team was garbage.
no, it definitely wasn't a garbage team, but it's the fact that it was the finals and that was LeBron again. I didn't know it was that bad because I'd always heard it, but I was in another country during that finals, so I didn't get to see it all. So I finally looked it up, and the numbers when you think of LeBron James, those numbers were not LeBron James. He averaged 17 points a game for the series. I can't tell you the last time he's ever averaged that. And then his assists were down, rebounds were down. Again, he was the third leading scorer. D Wade was carrying that team. He was averaging almost 27, trying to keep them in that series. So
So do you think?
there's arguments for both. You got Jordan losing in the first round. You got Bron shrinking in the finals.
Would you rather lose in
It's
the finals or the first round?
Well, you're undefeated in the finals, so it would be different if they were, you know,
If Jordan's 6-5 in the finals, is he still the GOAT?
no, absolutely not. That 6-0 means a lot. Every time he's been there, he's sealed the deal.
I don't know, man. I think he's had better teams when he was there.
What?
I don't think Jordan has taken that 2006, 2007 Cavs team out of the first
And
round.
that's a boost for LeBron. I don't know about all that. Out of the first round, I think he gets that. I can't say he carries them to the finals. I won't say that. I think that's one of the biggest accomplishments that LeBron can claim.
And even the 92 Bulls ain't beating the Warriors.
Well, it was the 95 Bulls that were 72-10.
I thought it was the 92, but whatever.
No.
They're not beating. The best Bulls team that he was on is not beating that Warriors team.
It's a different game. We don't know. But it's not like LeBron didn't or Jordan didn't play anybody in the finals either. He had Karl Malone and John Stockton, two Hall of Fame. Come on. John Stockton's one of the best two-way guards in the history of the NBA.
That's Goran Dragic and Bam.
Oh, stop it. Karl Malone's the second leading scorer in NBA history.
Karl Malone, Kelly Olynyk. I don't know the difference.
Oh, jeez. And then you got Akeem Olajuwon. He beat them. He knocked off Shaq and Penny.
You know LeBron beat Thiago Splitter, right? With Tim Duncan.
You should have said you should have said Tim Duncan before Thiago Splitter.
I mean,
whatever happened to him? He was like low-key nice, but then he wasn't.
I don't know. He got off the Spurs and probably went.
LeBron baptized him in the finals, and it was game over.
Yeah, that was rough. But hey, man.
But yeah, I mean, I've told you before. I don't think LeBron has to get the 6 either to get the GOAT. I think he gets 5. He's I mean, in my eyes, and probably most people, he doesn't need to get 6. I don't think that's the number that matters.
Expect 36-year-old LeBron to get a ring.
You can, as long as you got Anthony Davis. He doesn't have to be the best player anymore.
Yeah, they need to get a third. LeBron can't carry him forever. Bring over Oladipo or somebody.
The NBA is gonna be nice next year if everybody stays healthy. You got the Warriors coming back. KD and Kyrie. Kyrie throwing shade today.
No, he said he didn't. He sent out a video.
It was maybe he didn't. I don't know. Kyrie's weird. You never know what he's really talking about anyway.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know. I want to get into that discussion.
They're going to be nice. The Celtics should be back. It's going to be a fun – I thought this year was going to be fun, but then Rona had different plans.
Yep.
But, yeah, that's – LeBron, you're going to get ring number 4. Next year, on to ring number – Pelicans are going to be nice next year too for all the pieces they got for AD.
No. Let's get to our next hating piece. I got some more hate in me.
We got some more hate. So, for all you who hopefully you guys all watched Monday Night Football, it was a huge game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. At least it seemed that way. But Kansas City handled business, destroyed. It was only a 7-point game at the end, right? But
I think they won
KC
by
pretty much.
14.
Oh, okay. Well, the score was closer than the game actually was. But the big story was the MVP from last year didn't even pass 100 passing yards. He
At
had
home.
100 at home, no fans, so it's not like it was a terrible performance by him. So we want to discuss the anomaly that is Lamar Jackson.
Uh, let's start with just anytime he plays the Chiefs. I guess that would be as big as a regular season game that he would play. Maybe I guess you could say that. I won't hold his first year against him, where he joined just a couple games until he played the Chiefs, lost to them. Then that was the closest game so far. Went to OT, his first time playing against us, and then the next year he kind of laid another egg. The game got close at the end, but that was just some Hail Mary luck. And I don't think that game, if you watch that game, is not as close as the score looked. And then this game, I mean, you're a kickoff return away from it being nasty. If they don't get that kickoff return, that's a whole different game. So I don't know, man. It's just like anytime there's a big game, he freezes up, deer in the headlights. And then it's always the receiver's fault or the offensive coordinator's fault. I mean, you got to put up points when you're playing the Chiefs. You can't blame the defense. You're not going to hold Mahomes to 17. You just have to put up points.
Yeah, and then I want to see if I can find it. So this dude is he's never come back from double digits in games that he started.
More than 8.
Yeah. So he doesn't he's seems like a front runner essentially, where he falls behind early and it's game over. But I want to see if I can find this stat that I saw.
Now, a lot of people will say that's because he's dominant. He doesn't have to come back from behind, which is true. He is a great regular season quarterback, and he has a great team around him, so they do get out to early leads. And you can't blame Lamar for that. You can't blame him for winning games by blowouts. But at the same time, when you do get behind, we need to see that you can come back. At this point, when you're playing the Ravens and you got a 14-point lead, you're thinking, oh, we're good. They got to throw the ball.
Yeah, so listen to this stat and tell me what you think about it. So Lamar Jackson's passer rating in the last 2 seasons, so that's his MVP year and this year, including the playoffs. With the lead, his passer rating is 128.2, which is the best in the NFL. When they're trailing, it's 82.4, which is 25th in the NFL. So that is a huge drop-off for a guy who is an MVP candidate or MVP winner.
Man, I wish we could find those stats for other top guys like Mahomes, Rodgers, Wilson, just to compare behind. And would you say Minshew? Stop
Absolutely.
it.
I'm just saying he's got a 14-point comeback this season, but I digress.
I mean, it's just a horrible look. And if you look at him on the sideline, he just looks defeated when they're down. It's like he has no – you see him on the bench, he just looks mad, like he's not out there trying to rile guys up, stuff like that. I don't know if he's just not used to winning, if it's in his head now that he can't come back, if it's just the Chiefs are their kryptonite. 21-1 against all other teams in the regular season. 0-3 against the Chiefs. There's got to be something in his head you'd have to think, right?
But it's not even – like he doesn't just lose to the Chiefs. He looks terrible all the way. I think his completion percentage against the Chiefs is under 50% if we count all 3 times that he's played the Chiefs. So he's close to 70 against everybody else. So there's something in that team or whatever. Maybe he's thinking too much about Patrick Mahomes on the other side.
Yeah, he really tries to downplay that he doesn't. Oh, it's me versus our defense. I don't know how to think about Mahomes.
Yeah, and you can see, I don't know if the Ravens coaching staff thinks about it either, but that game plan changes real quick. They try to make him a passer whenever they play the Chiefs, which if anybody's listening, I'll say it again, Lamar is not a good passer. He's an athlete who can run the ball, but he still struggles mightily throwing outside the numbers and throwing deep passes consistently. His accuracy is not there.
Let me just clear that up. When we say he's not a good passer, that doesn't mean he's not going to hit a 50-yard pass. He's going to have some dots, but mostly it's inconsistent. when we say he can't throw, we're not saying he can't complete a pass.
Yeah, actually
A lot of
throw.
people, a lot of people take that the wrong way and think, "Oh, you're just hating. He can't throw. He's a runner. He can throw. He
Yeah,
can make throws to win, but it's just not there consistently, and that's why I think that goes into him not being able to come back from games.
yeah, and the other argument is, oh, well, it led the league in touchdown passes. Yeah, a lot of that was manufactured inside the red zone when you're thinking run. But just to go off of that, I mean, this is something we saw when he was at Louisville. He had that Heisman campaign, and I remember talking about it. He played LSU, and I think it was the Sugar Bowl that year. And I tweeted it out like, this is the worst performance I've ever seen from a Heisman Trophy winner. He looked absolutely awful, and it was those same problems. And then, I mean, people act like the Ravens knew this guy was going to turn out to be great, but ignore the fact that they passed on him too for Hayden Hurst, who's no longer on the team. But they did that because of a fifth-year option. This dude is up for a payday this summer. They either have to exercise the option or get ready to pay this man. Are you willing to, if you're the Ravens, let's put you in their shoes, would you be willing to pay Lamar Jackson close to $40 million for the next, I'll say, 5 years? We won't go 10 years.
If I'm the Ravens, yes. If I'm any other team in the NFL, no. But if I'm the Ravens, they've built that team around him. They've brought over a good defense with the additions of Marcus Peters, Patrick Queen. They're bringing Calais Campbell over. So they got all the pieces, it seems like, to compete now. They're brought in some fast receivers, Duvernay, and who's the other receiver they drafted?
Hollywood.
No, they drafted
this year. I'll have to go back and look.
They got Boykin last year too, another fast big receiver. Then they got Andrews. So it's like this team is built. Andrews and Boyle are a nice 2 tight end set. So it's like this team right now is built to win with Lamar and his system. So if you're the Ravens, you have to pay him. I mean, you built your team around him. I don't know if any other quarterback comes in and wins with those receivers. They're kind of fit for Lamar's style of play. So I think if you're the Ravens, you have to.
Yeah, I would be hesitant. This goes back to what it was. I heard a nice little argument. They talked about Lamar's ceiling and Lamar's floor. So Lamar's ceiling is obviously amazing. He won the MVP for a reason. He does amazing things when he's playing at his potential. But his floor is so low. When he's on a bad game, it is backup level. You don't want this guy on the field bad because he struggles so bad getting the ball outside, hitting receivers in stride. I mean, it's year 3, and you can tell in that Chiefs game, he's still struggling to read defenses. I don't know if it's part of the Ravens not raising him up. I don't know what it is. But you can see there's sometimes where he actually gets confused on where the rush is coming from, and that's when those bad throws or he runs right into pressure. So that's stuff that you really have to think about when you're about to pay a guy $40 million a year for the next 5 years or so, or however long they want to extend him out. And I'd be hesitant. I would do it just because, like you said, this team's built around him. He's an amazing athlete who can do things that nobody else can do or has ever been able to do. But, man, when he struggles, you better be ready.
Let's argue from a Ravens fan standpoint. So when he loses, you'll see a lot of people say, "Oh, this is unfair to scrutinize this quarterback after every loss because he is so young, and you can't expect him to come out and win." They'll compare him to other young quarterbacks that struggled in the playoffs and then took off. So I'll be interested. I'm not counting the Ravens out this year. I'll be interested to see. My opinion could change on that if he comes out and lays another stinker in the first round. If they lose in the first round this year again, because you can't tell me there's 2 better teams in the AFC right now other than the Chiefs and the Ravens.
I mean, no, if he loses in the first round this year, it's over.
Yeah, but if you lose in the first round again, I'd be hesitant to pay you the big $30-40 million range. You have to prove it. Prove you can win when it matters.
Do you think that's when people start to question it? Because right now it seems like Lamar's untouchable, in terms of professional criticism. Like, quarterbacks have a bad game, guys will go on TV like, this guy was terrible.
They
But when
figured him
Lamar
out.
has a
Yeah.
yeah, when Lamar has a bad game, it was just a bad game. Receivers weren't getting open, stuff like that. So he has a kind of built-in buffer right now. Again, that could come down to age. The dude's still only like 24, so he's super young. But yeah, is that when people start to question, like, because last year after the playoffs it was maybe we got to start to think about this. You think this is the year where people start really questioning?
I mean, you'd hope
Maybe this
so.
ain't it.
That's
Yeah.
that's 3 straight, and I don't think me or you would be surprised if they ran off this season and go 14-2, 13-3.
No, absolutely not.
So that's another probably 1 or 2 seed, probably the one. If you go 14-2, 13-3, you're probably getting that 1 seed. And he'll go out next week and play the Washington football team and maybe throw for 5 touchdowns, run for 1, and all will be good. Everything's forgiven. So I think it'll definitely have to come down to January to truly grade this man, because even in the game, he throws it behind a receiver, and you're hearing, oh, the receiver's got to come down with that catch. So I think they build him up because he is so unique and he is so fun to watch that you don't want to tear this guy down, and because he's kind of led the way for scrambling quarterbacks in the league. A lot of younger guys will kind of be like, oh, he's doing it in the NFL. I can do it there too. And he's probably one of the only quarterbacks we've ever seen run the ball this much. Even Vic didn't run as much designed. So I think that's kind of why he'll still be built up.
Yeah, it'll be worth monitoring. January, we'll obviously check back in as we give our playoff picks.
If you
But
lose, if you get the 2 seed, lose to the new 7, that's rough.
well, what were the Chargers when he lost to them? They were 5, weren't they? And then the Titans were at 6.
Yeah, the Chargers snuck in there. I think I don't remember what the Ravens ended up doing that year, but I know they won the division. So yeah, they were definitely a wild card team.
Yeah, I feel like they were 5 that year. But speaking of the Titans, we finally had our first outbreak in the NFL. Everybody wondered how they would respond. The Vikings, as of this recording, have 5 players and 8 personnel members that have tested positive for the coronavirus. So they have shut down. So the original goal was to shut down the facility till Saturday and play the Steelers game either Monday and Tuesday. Well, now the NFL came out today and said they're postponing it altogether. What's your thoughts on that? And we'll talk about something after that.
Well, me and you talked before the season, and I kind of told you I don't think there's ever going to be a season this year. I was kind of always on there's not going to be a season. There's too many people involved, train. Not because I necessarily think COVID is a huge deal, but like you said, 5 players isn't that much on a 53-plus expanded, God, couldn't say it, roster. 5 doesn't seem like a big deal. And they're already canceling games for 5 people. So if you get an outbreak, I think Notre Dame has 12 or 13 players, all because they had a team dinner, is what Kelly said. Somebody was asymptomatic and spread it around there.
Jeez.
So it's I don't know, man. It's like this one, if we can get this one taken care of, let them play week 7 or whatever, and then no other games have to get canceled, that'll be a really good look for the NFL. But you have to think it's going to happen again with maybe more players.
Yeah, so there's a couple things that go into this. So first off, why do we expand the rosters if we're going to cancel it over 5 players? And so the list of players came out, and there's only 2 out of the 5 that play significant snaps. The rest are kind of like special teamers or backups, depth guys. So it's not like we're losing like frontline players. And then another thing is the Vikings. So the Titans just played the Vikings, and all their players tested negative. So they're good. So we got rapid testing, and then we still have this outbreak, and we're still canceling. So it makes me wonder, there's got to be something going on to where the NFL doesn't think that it's really that simple.
Yeah,
To where we can't just keep these players down.
regarding that, I tweeted about it, but like how the MLB has done it, where they're going to move the playoffs to a bubble type deal like the NBA. Do you think that that'll happen with the NFL?
I think for the playoffs, they're gonna if the NFL makes it to the playoffs, they will do everything they can to make sure that they get to the postseason. Depending on the climate at the time, I could see maybe the AFC move into a Jacksonville or a Tampa Bay or somewhere in Florida, and then the NFL moving to either LA or the NFC moving either in LA or Texas Stadium, Dallas, to finish out the playoffs. You want those facilities where they can get good amenities, stuff like that. So I could definitely see it happening. I don't know how they would do that with so many players going in and out of the same locker rooms. So that would be interesting. Maybe
I
they
think
split them up into a couple cities like MLB did.
maybe if they just did like, say the Ravens are the 1 seed, and whoever they play that week, maybe they just have to travel there early. I don't know how that would work since it's a 2 week thing, but maybe if they traveled there early and had to stay there the whole week instead of just traveling one day before, maybe lower that travel and moving around, keep them in a hotel. I don't know how you do it because obviously the home team would still be able to go home to their house and not have to be in a hotel. So
Yeah, and another thing that somebody brought up was so these players are tested every day, and they get tested Saturday night after practice before the game Sunday morning. So all these players obviously tested positive or negative Saturday night. So is the NFL asking what did these players do Saturday night before the game to where they were negative and now they're positive?
I saw a
Because
thing that didn't make much sense, but it said that the Titans knew one player was positive. It
yeah.
was it
So
was a it was a verified Twitter account that I saw it on, but I don't know how that would be possible.
yeah, so he made the claim that they knew a player was positive and he played. So they knew a player was positive, but he actually stayed back in Tennessee. So he didn't even travel with the team.
Gotcha.
But the whole team got tested before, like again, Saturday night before they get ready for the game Sunday. So it makes you wonder if, they had a little Magic City moment in Minnesota and
Yeah.
skipped out the
You never know.
hotel. Yeah, it's a messy situation, but yeah,
How
we
do you
have our first outbreak. The NFL's trying to handle it.
how do you feel about the NFL threatening draft picks for coaches not wearing masks?
I think they have to. I think it's extreme, but considering what's going on in Tennessee, the NFL is trying to protect its brand. If you got to keep canceling games, that's a lot of money you're losing. And the closest thing they can point to is the mask thing, even though they're all tested before they walk on that field.
I'm,
That's all they
I'm
got.
surprised the players aren't required to wear masks on the sidelines.
So that's what's weird is they're only worried about the coaches. Players, it doesn't matter. They're going to go sit on the bench next to each other. The starter and the backup quarterback are going to sit in each other's face while they look at the same tablet and decipher plays. It doesn't make any sense, but
And for the people
coach they
saying
have
like, "Oh, everybody's tested, so it doesn't make sense if they have to wear a mask," I can understand that, but it kind of does make sense because obviously, like you said with the Titans, they all tested negative Saturday night, but there's 8 coaches now with it. So, yeah, the coaches or the assistants or whatever. So, yeah, the coaches probably should wear a mask if that's the case.
Yeah, and another thing that people were saying is because it's the coaches that are older, it's the coaches that are less active that would be negatively affected by Corona compared to your 20 to 30-year-old players who are in peak physical condition to where it'll be the sniffles for them most likely.
Please,
So
God, don't let Andy Reid get corona.
that face shield he's got ain't nothing getting through there.
I don't know why all coaches just don't do that. It's just a hat. That's all you got to do. Seems a lot more comfortable than a mask.
Which, yeah, the NFL's again. Did you see that mask that John Gruden had?
No.
It was essentially like a thong for his face. It was a ridiculous like triangle that just covered up his mouth and his nose. It was really stupid.
Yeah, but even like Andy Reid's, it's like I don't think that would be approved to just stop COVID anywhere else. That
Yeah,
thing's that thing's like barely past his face, and it's like the sides like kind of open all the way through the jaw. So it's like I don't know if that's really gonna cut it.
yeah. And again, I think the NFL needs to get a plan, uh, solidify this plan, and
Talk to the NBA. The NBA's done a great job.
well, it's easier to isolate in Disney World for the NBA. You're not going to
Well,
isolate 1,000 players in the
they still
NFL.
followed certain protocols. I don't know. You got to talk
And
to
I
them.
think the NBA is kind of, I get it. I mean, it's worked, so you can't really criticize it. But some of the stuff they got is just ridiculous. You have reporters in a stadium that's completely empty or an arena with a mask on. I think that is crazy, but I mean, if it's working, it's working.
There's fans there now. The families are there, so there's people there.
Yeah. Well, not when these reporters are there on the court talking. These are empty
True.
arenas. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Again, you can't criticize it because it is working, and they're obviously doing something right. So good on them. Just stop inviting COVID testers into the bedroom, and they had a flawless,
Yeah, Daniel House.
they had a flawless little experiment there. But we'll transition from there to the NFL. So we said it before. We're recording on Thursday. Uh, we don't care about the Thursday night game. It's hot doo-doo. You
I
got
just
Brett
checked the
Ripien
score.
versus
It's
17-13.
17-16.
Oh, geez, 17-16.
So it's a good
Jets and
game.
Broncos. It's a real doozy. But so apologize any Broncos or Jets fans out there. It's just not. We couldn't get this out in time for you.
Can't
Whoever
complain.
wins,
It's
if the
football.
Broncos don't put Blake Bortles on that field, they're going to lose. They need to bring in the boat if they
Lord.
want a chance. It won the AFC West.
Now you're getting real carried away.
I'm gonna bust out the Bortles jersey one pod for old time's sake.
So do we even have to predict the games this week?
What do you mean?
We can just talk storylines or what to look for, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
They might want us to pick a winner. They might want us to tell their team's going to win. I know you guys want the expert analysis.
We need to get more merch. One of them's gonna say expert analysis. Brought to you by BSP.
Football expert on the back. with our records for the year on there.
Yours is probably respectable. I don't think mine's up there. I can put my fantasy record on there.
You're a 500 player.
If you want fantasy advice, come to me. I'm like 1-9 after 3 weeks.
Definitely hit up Josh for the fantasy advice.
Oh, geez. It's funny I did. I appreciate all you guys who reach out to me. I'm flattered that you think I'm an expert like that.
You gave me my first L, and I'm pretty mad about it.
Yeah, you're my only win across all the seasons I have.
And I was 2-0.
Oh,
my team
geez.
played a stinker.
Man, I blew you out by the 4 o'clock games.
Yeah, it's bad. I think I got 70 points.
We'll get into these expert previews. We'll start off with what might make me go ghost for the next week. We got the Jags versus the Bengals. Gardner Minshew versus Joey Burrow. What are we thinking? You got any storylines or anything from here?
I'm thinking got to go with the man. This is a toilet bowl. I know you're hating on Thursday night game, but this might be the toilet bowl. So I would I don't know. I'm going Jags just because I feel like they might pull it out. They got a more experienced quarterback out there, but they are going against the second best rookie quarterback in the league, so it'll be tough for the Jags.
So if you guys know me, you guys follow me on social media. If you don't, you probably should. You would have seen the complete breakdown that I've experienced over the last week. I went from thinking the Jags would win 6-7 games, starting off 5-1, to I don't see us winning another game. Nothing about this Bengals team scares me. Joe Burrow doesn't throw it past 5 yards. He's real good at throwing slants. can't throw a fade. The offensive line's terrible. Defense isn't that good. But somehow I feel like they're going to get a win here. I'm admitting it on camera.
Who, the
Joey
Bengals?
Burrow. Yes, Joe Burrow might get his first win this weekend.
Oh, man.
It's not going to be some crazy game. It's going to be like a 17-14 kind of game. I don't know, man. After last Thursday and watching Ryan Fitzpatrick pick us apart, I just don't see any I don't care how bad that offensive line is. We've got 1 sack in 3 games. It ain't happening.
Should we phone a friend?
Phone a friend?
I got somebody ready to talk Jags Bengals.
Oh, boy, let's do it.
Should this be the first on the pod? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Hello?
It's Tyler Barnhart from Black Sheep Pod. We are live on air.
Unsubscribe. No, I'm just playing.
We got Josh
What's
here.
going on?
He's picking the Bengals to win. And
Is he really?
He is.
Why?
I really do. After last Thursday,
Why does
man,
he think that the Bengals are going to win?
after last Thursday, after watching Ryan Fitzpatrick pick our secondary apart,
It's Patrick revenge game, man. The Bengals gave up on him.
But, yeah, so he thinks since what Fitzpatrick did to the Jags D, that Burrow's going to tear that D apart. But
I mean, if he can get the ball out in 2.5 seconds.
yeah, that line's rough. So is there any bold takes you want to make? Burrow going for 400 in his first win. We want to
whoa,
hear.
let's chill here, bud.
I want to say it, but my bold take isn't really that bold. It'll probably be a game that the Bengals should win, and Zach Taylor will find a way to fuck it up. like he did against Cleveland. Okay, first and goal from the 1, we'll run read option with the quarterback keeping it, trying to roll out, and he loses 4 yards. Maybe Burrow drops back, getting ready to throw the game-winning touchdown, but Bobby Hart just forgets to get out of his stance, and he gets fucking blown up by. Do Jags still have Ngakoue? No, he's gone now. I don't know who the pass rushers are for the Jags, but they'll have a
Josh
career
Allen.
day if they want
The good one.
Josh Allen and Kayvon Chason, the rookie from LSU.
Yeah. So if they line up on the left side over Bobby Hart, they should each get like 6 sacks.
Josh Allen's going to be on him all day.
Josh Allen versus Bobby Hart is what we're going to look out for Sunday.
I mean, Burrows look good and all that, don't get me wrong, but he has a coach that's determined to just make sure that he doesn't win a game. It's just bad. I've never seen a team come out in 5 wide, not like the look, call a timeout, and then come out in 5 wide again right after the timeout. Like the same exact formation.
Sometimes you got to trick them. They'll never think you're coming back at the same thing.
And I'm trying to start a movement. Free Joe Mixon.
Yes, please.
He got this $12 million a year average contract, and he doesn't even get the ball in the passing game. I said last week the Bengals and Philly both sucked so bad it was going to be a tie. And I said that like halfway joking. And look what we got. We got a tie. I say the Jags win by a field goal.
Yeah, so I took the more experienced quarterback versus the second best rookie in the league.
I mean, Burrow's better than Minshew overall, but
Whoa.
I don't even know. Is it still Doug Marrone? Who the fuck's the Jags coach?
Doug Marrone.
Yeah, Doug Marrone. I trust Doug Marrone more than Zach Taylor. I trust Josh Collier as the head coach over Zach Taylor.
Oh, man. All right, man. We'll get you out of here. We just wanted to hear if you were going to take but you going against the Bengals, so that ain't what we like to hear.
Well, we got our little locker room talk uncut pick 'em that we run every week. I pick the Bengals every week, and I never fucking win, and I run the whole pod or the whole pool. So I give up on them. I'm picking against them this week. Prove me wrong.
Oh, man. Go follow Locker Room Talk Uncut for these nice takes over here in Lakers in 4.
Yeah, not family friendly. There's a disclaimer. Ages 17 and older. Parental guidance. You guys have a good night. Fire Zach Taylor.
All right.
Thanks, bub.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
See
later.
All right.
Always
From a Bengals
entertaining.
fan, no joke. Locker Room Talk Uncut. Go check them out. Again. Parental guidance is advised.
Yeah, I think he had 4 sentences and they all had a cuss word in them, so you know what to expect.
There we go. Oh man. Colts and Bears. Nick Foles is back.
Big stick Nick, yeah. I'm going Bears. It's got to be.
No, I don't see it.
What? They're undefeated.
This is the worst 3-0 team in the NFL, and it's not close. The Colts are good. Nick Foles is bad. This game's gonna be a blowout.
Bitter Jaguars fan, everybody.
Yeah, he's terrible.
I got Nick Foles by 9. That Bears defense is going to shut down all Phyllis Rivers.
This Colts defense ain't nothing to mess with.
Neither is that Bears offense with Big Stick Nick.
All right, you're going Bears. I'm going Colts. Colts right now are favored by 2.5. Up next, we have this might be the real toilet bowl. The Browns versus the Cowboys. Will there be a stop on defense in this game?
Probably not. And since it's 2 bad defenses, you got to go with a better quarterback who's probably going to put up. I think, well, if the Browns can stick to the run game and control time possession, I think they can pull it out. But I just think right now Dak is going to shred that defense. So I got the Cowboys winning that one.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Dak was almost about to slip into my top 5 last week.
And it was close.
Then he didn't. He decided not to come back. But hey, you're close, Dak. You're definitely top 8 right now.
I texted you. I said, "Uh-oh, Dak top 5? I think so." But
yeah.
Full disclaimer: Carson Wentz out of my top 5. I'm sorry for spewing that garbage on here.
Yeah, we apologize for that take.
That was a collective bad take, the worst take from this podcast so far.
Go back to what Larry said, and that's what happened that take. But yeah, Wentz your bottom 5, bub. But yeah, we're both going Cowboys on that one. It's pretty easy. Explosive offense, probably gonna take care of business. Saints and Lions. We got Noodle Arm versus Cannon Arm.
The Noodle Club.
The Noodle Club.
So Black Sheep Podcast is gonna start a little club. It's started by yours truly. I'd like to take full. What would that be? Credit. Full credit. Can't think of the word, but yeah. Give me full credit for the Noodle Club. So far we got 2 members. We got Drew Brees and Tom Brady. Sorry, Josh. Josh doesn't agree with me on that, so that's why it's my club. But I'll probably go. That's tough. Who you taking?
I'm going Lions. Drew Brees looks completely washed. I think he belongs in like the Elder Noodle Club. There's a separate station just for him.
With
those
McCown?
Arms that don't. Yeah, he's with Josh McCown back in Texas. Yeah, it does not look good right now. It's amazing how good Michael Thomas made him look, and he's missing him. And Matt Stafford looked good last week. They beat the Cardinals.
That was my upset. I caught the Lions last week, but you guys didn't get to hear it because Josh don't know how to say podcasts. But yeah, I'll probably go with the Lions. I don't think Michael Thomas is going to be back, and I think Breeze needs him at this point in his career. So I'll take Stafford, the boys.
Yep, both go Lions. Next one, Seahawks and Dolphins.
Seahawks. Next.
Seahawks. I agree. Let's move on. We got Justin Herbert versus Tom Brady. Young gun versus old man.
Justin Herbert, I think he looked decent again last week. I didn't watch the full game, but from what I saw, he didn't look too bad. But they did lose that game to who was it?
Oh my goodness. I forget.
But they almost won on that last second little.
The Panthers.
Yeah, they lost to the Panthers, and I expected them to win that game big. So another week of development for old Herbert, the best rookie quarterback this year. But I got Tom Brady taking this one. Their
Yep,
team
Tom
is
Brady.
just a lot better.
Yeah, agreed. If you guys want somebody watching this game, this would be a perfect game for Antoine Winfield Jr. He's been killing it this early in the season. He just got named Rookie of the Month. Dude's a baller, and this is a perfect game to take advantage of a rookie quarterback. I think he's going to get a couple picks here. He's going to get one. A couple's a lot.
There's a bold one.
Do we even want to do this one? It's a 14-point line.
What's that?
Ravens in Washington.
Yeah, Washington by 17.
Oh, stop.
I got Lamar and the Ravens bouncing back big. It'd be Ravens by 20 plus. Skunk alert.
Yeah, this is definitely skunk alert. Get those nose clips out. It's gonna stink. Speaking of stink, Dwayne Haskins' cheeks. He's gonna drop another stinker against this Ravens defense.
I was told he's elite all off season.
It's tank for Trevor time in Washington. They're sorry, bud.
Alex Smith, baby.
Dude, he can barely walk. I don't care what.
He's the noodle club just for his leg.
Oh, dude, I hated it. They're like, he can practice for the first time. His wife posted a picture and he's limping.
Hobbling
like,
around. His leg his leg is completely disformed for life. I did not want that man in again.
Please don't go behind, especially not that offensive line. Please don't go behind that offensive line, Alex Smith. You're on top of the world. Don't go back down.
Comeback player of the year, baby.
Cardinals and Panthers. Arizona favored by 3.5.
Arizona laid a stinker last week and surprised me, which is why I said they still, when we did the division breakdowns, I said they still need another year or so to probably make the playoffs. But that really surprised me. What I think Kyler threw 2 or 3 picks. I'm not sure, but I think he bounces back. I think the Cardinals win this one.
Yeah, he threw 3 interceptions last week. I don't see him doing that again.
That's not that great.
Yeah, but the Panthers' defense isn't that good either. Kyler's gonna have a bounce back game. I got them winning pretty easily. We got the 0-3 Stinker Club. Kirk Cousins versus Deshaun Watson.
I can't call the Texans stinkers yet.
They
just had
the
NFL hates them with that schedule, but I'm going Texans in this one. It'll be a close game. Probably Texans by 3.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Kirk Cousins right now, but he's not the answer. And Deshaun Watson's got to bounce back eventually. He's been getting slaughtered by the pass rush. This pass rush isn't any easier. You got Yannick Ngakoue and Danielle Hunter coming in, so he'll be on his back quite a bit, but I still got the Texans winning that one. Now we have the Rams versus the Giants.
Skunk alert.
13-point spread.
Yeah, I'm going Rams, skunk. I picked up their defense just because I saw they were playing the Giants.
Yeah, Rams, no explanation needed. Unfortunately, they're going to be 3-1. Boo. What should be the game of the week, Patriots at Chiefs.
The Patriots always give us problems in the first half, and then we usually come out and dominate the second half, but I don't see the Patriots putting up enough points in the first half with Cam after the Chiefs just did what they did against the Ravens. Ward should be back. I don't know if his cast will be off or not. He had a pick in last game that should have been a pick, but he tried to catch it with his glove, and it didn't really work out. But there's some pictures of him in practice with just a brace and the open finger, so hopefully he's back with just that. But I think the Patriots will keep it closer than they should, just because Belichick's scheme on defense. But I got the Chiefs winning by 10.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs too. Cam's just different. He struggled last week, but this isn't some Patriots team that's going to put up the points to hang with Kansas City.
This is the last week without Bashaud Breeland at cornerback, and I'm so ready for him to be back next week from that suspension.
Jeez, troublemakers. But yeah, Chiefs by 14. Now, a surprisingly good game. You got Bills and the Josh Allen possible MVP QB versus Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Josh Allen. What can you say? He's proven a lot of people wrong so far. It's still early, so I can't get too high on it. But the Raiders got kind of exposed last week. They lost pretty big. The Patriots were double teaming flat routes, the checkdowns. I've never seen that before, and I think that kind of says all you need to know about Carr. He wants to look short, and so I'm going to go with the Raiders getting beat pretty big again.
Yeah, I'm going Bills pretty easily. Josh Allen's playing out of this world. Stephon Diggs was the greatest thing they could have ever done to Josh Allen. He's an awesome compliment. He can do everything that Josh Allen likes to do. So kudos to the Bills for helping out their young quarterback. Eagles and 49ers. I'm going Niners. I don't got to explain nothing there.
Yeah. Can't. I want to say the Eagles are going to pull one out, but, man, it's looking pretty bad.
Even though the Niners hurt, I still see it, yeah. Monday Night Football, Falcons and Packers.
Oh, man. That's the Monday night game?
Yeah.
Too bad you can't flex the Chiefs past to that this early in the season, but going Packers.
Yep, Packers. Easy. So, I got a little idea. See if we can throw this out there. We're going to do this every week. We'll switch it up. Let's do our top 5 quarterbacks right now.
Right now?
In the NFL. Yes, right now, today.
Like overall or just through the 3 weeks of how they're playing?
Through 3 weeks of how they're playing.
Okay. Right off the dome either.
Yep.
Okay, so
start with 5.
5, I'll go Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay. 4.
You got to go 5. I got to think,
right.
man. You put me on the spot.
My 5, if I had to go 5th best, Ryan Tannehill.
Okay, 4. 4. Give me Watson.
My number 4 is going to be number 4, Kyler Murray. Oh, no, he threw 3 picks. I don't want to put him up there. It's not deserving. Ben Roethlisberger.
This is harder than you think.
It really is. Number 3.
I'm going to go with Lamar. Yeah, stinker, but the first 2 weeks were good enough to put him number 3.
He messed up, man. You're going to leave somebody out. All right, you ready for my number 3?
Yeah.
He's been amazing, but 2 dudes have been better. Patrick Mahomes.
That's disrespectful.
We're talking about this year.
My 2 would be Mahomes.
Josh Allen, number 2.
I'm going Wilson.
Russell Wilson, number 1.
So,
you left Josh Allen out of your top 5.
Man. Who did I put? What I have, Ben?
You had Roethlisberger, Deshaun, Lamar, Patty, and Russell.
Yeah, I probably should have put him in over Watson, but I got a thing for Deshaun Watson. He's a baller.
Yeah, man, that's tough. That's why you gotta frame it like this year, not who we really think, because obviously it can change as the
I wanted to
weeks
say
change.
Drew Brees so bad, and then I was like, wait.
No, Drew Brees is terrible.
But,
so, you got anything you want to say before I close this out?
No, because you won't let me talk about it. So he's protecting himself.
We're trying to stick to sports.
You don't always have to, man. You gotta spread your wings.
Well, let's hear it, and then
let's throw it in the air.
If
If
it's
you guys
terrible,
want
I'll just.
if you guys want to hear us talk about the debate, comment on the YouTube channel. Let us know.
We'll do a conversation series. We'll bring people in and hear their discussions.
Just on the debate, though. No, nothing else. No policies, nothing like that. Just what you heard from the debate.
And other things, if you do, we want to do more of those conversation pieces. So if you have any topics you want us to cover, and this goes on anything, not just the debate, comment topics you want us to talk about. If you want to come on and talk about it, we'll do it. We're for these conversation series, we're open to anything. We already did race and police brutality. It doesn't have to be serious either. It can be something fun. I got a little scouting thing I want to do later in the month.
Come have your gender reveal party on Black Sheep Pod live.
Yeah, if you want to tell us baby names, you want us to pop a balloon with some confetti, we'll do it.
Yeah,
you just got to join us, though. We are out here. Hey, thank you guys for joining us. Leave, like, review, 5 stars. We'll start shouting you guys out, man. You guys leave 5 stars, leave a review. We'll shout you out every episode. Tag you on Twitter, Insta, something. We want some interaction here. But,
and whoever has our YouTube notifications to alert them when we post a video, thumbs down at 30 seconds into the video, let us know. Let us know why you hate the first 30 seconds of every episode. We'd love to hear it. We appreciate you.
Yeah, please tell us why you're part of Noti Gang, but it's constant thumbs down. Why are you a professional hater? At least comment why you're disliking it.
I know I'm ugly, but geez, you can listen on Spotify.
Oh, man. We got theories. We're going to find you. We know who you are.
We're on the lookout.
No, but seriously, we look forward to it because we know you're at least watching. Thanks for that thumb down, bub. But, yeah. Hey, thanks, Jeff, for joining. We'll see you next week. Peace.